Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, this is a new lecture on al-fiqh. We stopped on جلود الميتة وما يطهر بالدباغ, i.e. the skin of animals and how they can be cleaned by tannery. Dibagh is, in old days, they used to use different ways to clean the skins of animal after they slaughter and after it was died or it was killed. So they used to use different method to clean the skin, and they used to call this dibagh. And they used to use different things. Sometimes they used to use salt. Sometimes they used to use the dung of the animals. And sometimes they used to use some type of trees. And other things that they used to use to clean the skin of the animal. The Sheikh says, جلود الميتة تطهر بالدباغ إلا جلد الكلب والخنزير, i.e. every skin of the animals, all the animals can be clean. The only animals cannot be clean is the dog and the pig. Those two cannot be clean by any mean and by any house, because they are unclean by themselves. So wise they cannot be clean as well by the dibagh. But all the other animals, we can clean the skin and use them, but not the dog and the pig. And then Shaykh says, وَعَظْمُ الْمَيْتَةِ وَشَعْرُهَا نَجِسٌ إِلَّا الْآدَمِي. The bones and the hairs of the animals, the suf, are unclean. They are not clean. The bones of the animals and the skin and what is on their skin, like the hairs and others, are unclean. They are not clean. And they cannot be used. And we should be away from it. إِلَّا الْآدَمِ. The only thing that is clean when it's dead is the human being. The human being, while he's alive and when he's died, passed away, he's clean. Only the human being is clean. And then another topic that is to do with utensils. The utensils will mean al-awani. Al-awani means utensils, means the cup that you use for drinking, the cups or the mug that you use for drinking teas, or dinner plate, or soup bowls, and spoons, and the knife, and other things that you use in the home. What is the rules and Islamic rules and regulation on this matters? It says, وما يحرم استعماله وما يجوز من الأواني, i.e. what are the things that we can use and it is allowed for Muslim to use, and what are the things that is forbidden for Muslim to use from the utensils, from the utensils, i.e. the things that they are available at home. What are they that we can use, and what are they not? Those that we cannot use them. فصل ولا يجوز استعمال الأواني الذهب والفضة. It is forbidden for Muslim to use any of those that we mentioned, from the cups, the dinner plate, and all the others, the spoons. It's forbidden for Muslim to use any of those that is made from the gold and the silver. It's not allowed for you to use those. ويجوز استعمال غيرهما من الأواني, and it is allowed for us to use any other things rather than that. It can be plate, it can be plastic, you can make it from the tree, you can make it from any other method and any other ways. It's possible. Of course, you cannot use it if it is big animals, the bones of the animal. The bones of animals cannot be used. Because some animals is very big, maybe you could use it, but it's not allowed. So the plastic you can use. So those type of method, the other methods, rather than gold and silver, you can use it. But the gold and silver, it's not possible for us as a Muslim to use them. So after that, we know the waters that we use and the things that you use at home. Also, we know the rules and regulation for it. After you have the wudu, the water. The first thing that after you have the water is to do siwak. After you have the water, you do the siwak to Islamic toothbrush. We call it Islamic toothbrush, the siwak. الشيخ says والسواك مستحب في كل حال. Siwak is something that Islam calls toward it, to use it in all the times. It's something liked. It is something that Islam encourages us to use all the time. The miswak, the Islamic toothbrush, that in all the times, everywhere, any time, and also at any time that we should use the siwak. Of course, we have to be aware of that when we are in some places, in gathering other places, we should not sometimes annoy the people or use it in somewhere that you're in a big meeting and you start doing the siwak is not nice. So when we say in all the times to use it, i.e. when it's possible, and not to give a bad sign and bad look of the Muslims. Use it in the right time and right place all the times. إلا بعد الزوال. And now Sheikh says, in all the times you can use it. It's okay. Only in the exceptions of, for who? إلا بعد الزوال للصائم. After the midday, for the person that is fasting, you should not use the siwak. After the midday, you should not use the siwak. Don't use it after the middays. Then Sheikh says, وهو في ثلاثة مواضع أشد استحبابا. We said that all the times you can use it. But there are 3 times that is most important. We should always encourage ourselves to use it, the siwak, in these 3 times. عند تغيير الفم من أزم, i.e. when the smell of your mouth has changed, when you are quiet too much. Some they say it means when you talk too much. It's fine. Whichever it is, as long as the smell of your mouth has changed, whether because you stopped talking for a long time, you're quiet for a long time, or you've spoken too much. If it has changed, then in this time Islam encourages us more and more, and it makes sure that we use the siwak in this time. Why? Because the breath has changed and the smell is bad, so that's why we must and we should use it. وعند قيام من النوم. And when we wake up, again, this is the second time that we must and we should encourage ourselves to use it more, it is when we عند القيام من النوم, when we wake up. When we wake up, we should also use the siwak. وعند القيام إلى الصلاة. And also when we get ready for salat, i.e. when we do wudu. This is the most correct meaning of it. Yes, some scholars they say when we go for salat. Anyway, in the future, inshallah, we come to all of this different opinions on the ulama. And here now we want to give the main meaning of the text. وعند قيام إلى الصلاة. And when we go up and when we try to go for wudu, when we doing wudu, we should first, before you do wudu, you use the siwak and then do the wudu. Before the wudu, you do the siwak. Of course, it's best also to use your right hand when you're going for wudu, and all the other times you should use your left hand, because the left hand is for cleaning, but the right hand in that moment is for the ibadah. That's why you should use the right hand while we using siwak before wudu. Before wudu, you should use the siwak. Now, like we said, the siwak comes before wudu. The water comes before the siwak. And also, in between that is the awani, utensils that we said. The utensils, why the ulamas they put it here in the middle is because that is the way that you use it for water. You bring the water by them. That's why the ulama they spoke about it in the middle of that matters. Then now the sheikh, the book says فرائض الوضوء, the duties of the wudu, i.e. فرائض الوضوء, the arkan al-wudu is the same. The principle of wudu or the duties of the wudu, i.e. the things that we must do so our wudu is accepted and is correct. If we do not do this, then our wudu is not accepted. فرائض الوضوء ستة. The pillars of wudu. Wudu means the ablution. The ablution is the wudu. The wudu. When we get up for salat, first thing we do is the ablution, the wudu. ستة is 6. First is the niyyah, is the intention that you're going to do wudu. The intention that you want to do the wudu. Second, وغسل الوجه, washing your face. Washing your face, it means what? It means that it is very important that we know washing your face is from the top of your head, from down to your chin, from the side to the side of your ears. The meat that is between your ear and your beard, it must be washed as well. Some they don't. Some they just this much of their face and that's it. No, and that is not correct. We should not do like that. We should wash our face all the way correctly between the ears to ears, inshallah. From the forehead to the chin, we must wash all of them. وغسل اليدين مع مرفقين, and this is another thing. Washing your hand all the way down to your elbow. All the way down to your elbow, it should be washing all from your top of the fingers going down to your elbows. You should wash all of it correctly. You should not leave anything out of it. ومسح الرأس, i.e. wiping your head. Wiping your head. Wiping your head also it means that washing your head, the hair of the head. Whether it is from the front only, or you wet your hand and go all the way up and down, which we will come to in a sunan as well. وغسل الرجلين مع الكعبين, i.e. washing your feet and the ankles. Is important the ankles of your feet and the heels that is washed as well correctly. And the last is الترتيب على ما ذكر, in order of all of that, i.e. we make sure that we do the order of all of that we said. First your face, your hand, your head and your feet, and the niyyah before that you should do it in that way as well, i.e. the order that we mentioned is important and you must do it in that order. If you do not do it in that order, then your wudu is not accepted. This is the end of the lecture. Inshallah, we will come with a new lecture on the new topic. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.